and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Sarah and I love everything crafty and creative. It's got to be said, I love Christmas, and so I have a countdown to Christmas felt craft for you today. This is a special video today as it's a collaboration with Studio 77. We decided to have a little blind challenge and both create a little Christmas penguin. And she sent me a sneak peek, can you see? Oh look, wow, he's cute. So I'll show you again at the end, and I'll link the tutorial in the description below, so be sure to check it out. You can make this cute plushie too. So I do hope you enjoy my little penguin design, which is a Days Till Christmas pennant banner that you can hang up and count down the days till Christmas. I hope you enjoy him, so let's get on into the video. So to begin with, you will need some felt sheets, and I'm using black, grey, white and a neutral. The template is linked in the description below. Cut these out and each one tells you how many you need and the suggested colour. Pin the paper templates to your different felt and cut out as neatly and accurately as possible. From the neutral felt, I cut 2 of the large banner shapes. I found it easier to lay the templates down flat and then draw around them and then cut those out. Now that we have all the penguin pieces, we can begin to sew or glue them together. I like to add a little bit of detail to the wing, so I'm taking some white embroidery floss or cotton thread and I'm adding a nice neat running stitch from point A to point B on each wing, just like this. You don't have to do this bit, but it just gives a little extra detail. Pin the wings in place just as they are, like this. And then we're going to take that embroidery thread again and sew through both layers of the fabric, the 2 grey layers of fabric, right from here all the way round to the other edge, just like this. And it's amazing how quick your little penguin will soon come to life. As I say, you can glue these on if you like, just make sure you glue those bottom sections, just so we have a flap open there like that. Next of all, we'll take the white felt. If you turn it over and you just want a slight overhang there, a slight bit of an allowance over, and we can simply pin that in place, and we're going to sew along the bottom edge in a white thread. Next to go on is the black head section, so we're also going to pin that in place, align it nice and evenly. Spend a little time trying to get it neat there. We're going to sew around that inside edge, just there, in exactly the same, but this time we're going to use a black cotton, and we're just doing a simple running stitch again and nice and neatly adding that in, just like this. There we go, he's starting to come to life. Could do with giving him a couple of eyes. So we'll put the eyes on. If you want to use toy eyes, then do add those in. But I'm just going to use a little bit of felt, and we're going to sew those on in the same way with a nice bit of black cotton, just so we don't see that either. And then I'm just going to add in a little white knot. You can do a French knot or a couple of stitches for just a little bit of a highlight in the eye. So next we're going to make the beak. It's a really cute beak, this one. We take 2 of the pieces and we're going to take a matching thread again and simply do that running stitch all the way around the curve, leaving the straight edge open. So there we are, the straight edge is open, and we can stuff this with a little bit of toy stuffing, or if you don't have any, you can use some scraps of felt. Don't need too much in there, and then we are simply going to make sure it's all in. We're simply going to just attach this onto the beak section here, and I'm just going to catch it with a few threads going round once, and then I'll go round again a second time to make sure that can't be pulled off. Make sure all the stuffing's nice and secure inside. Just some nice invisible stitches there just around as you go, making sure there's a little bit of a black rim all the way around the edge, just like that. I think you'll agree that he's looking really super cute now. That beak's nice and secure and in place. And he's looking really cute. I'm really pleased with it. The next thing we need to do is sew this down in nice equal distances from the edge onto one of the natural felt pieces, and we're going to just simply take the black cotton and we're going to sew right around the whole edge. You may be better pinning it in place so that you get him exactly where you want. And there he is, all pinned down. And I have also then gone and cut out some green little leaves, and I'm just going to make some other little flowers. I've got a section about the length of my little finger. It's entirely up to you. Just a small rectangle of felt, and I'm simply going to snip through it and make some like little curly berries there. And get your cotton at the ready, and we're just going to roll this up, and we're going to sew up the non-snipped side. And just put plenty of stitches in the bottom until it's nice and secure. Then for the leaves, I've pinched together the pointy end and just added a few stitches so they become a bit more leaf shape. Just like this. And then now what we need to do is draw a couple of lines on. I'll just do that quickly in pencil. You can miss this stage out completely if you like. You can just leave the penguin as it is, or you could add some different foliage that's already made and just stitch it on or glue it on. But I'm just going to add some embroidery thread and make like the stem of some little foliage here, and then I'm simply going to just sew all those little pieces together. I've also got some little mini pom-pom pieces and some buttons, and you can actually decorate it however you like. It's up to you, and just enjoy it. So we'll just sew those in place, and what I recommend is put them where you want them, then take a little picture on your phone or something, and then move them away, and then you take your time and sew them back where you wanted them to go. And there they are, all sewn down. Next you'll need a long section of ribbon. You'll need two the same length, and we're simply going to fold one of the long ones in half and then place it and pin it in place here so that the two sections of ribbon just line up, and then we're going to pin the other one the same distance away from the edge, exactly the same, and then we take our second pennant piece and we're simply going to line that top edge and sew it. You can sew it on the sewing machine or by hand. So that was right sides together, and now we flip right sides out. What we need to do now is make this top edge nice and flat and straight and align all the edges up together, and then we're simply going to sew right around the edge. So align it nice and neatly and put some pins in, and then you can sew it on the sewing machine or by hand. Or as I say, you can do every step by gluing it if that's what you prefer. I've sewn right around that edge, and you can see it's really making it neat and finishing it off really nicely. It's looking lovely. Now to make it function as a little days till Christmas sign, we can make our number tabs. So I do this by going into the window and getting some light behind. You can do it with your phone or iPad behind, and trace on the numbers 1 to 25. If using felt, I like to attach two together and sew around the edge. Alternatively, you can use some old Christmas cards and things, and to get those numbers on, we can simply cut them out of your template and we can glue them on. You can make these squares out of anything you like. You can make them quite plain or as elaborate as you like. Make them all the same or all different. With this, simply take a little bit of glue and glue them on. Alternatively, you could draw around the numbers as well, and then you could take some embroidery thread and embroider them on. That would look really lovely, just like this. Take a piece of dowel or a stick, or this is a piece of driftwood, and we're simply going to tie it on, and I'm going to cut it down to size as well, and then your little numbers fit inside the little pouch there, and they look ever so cute. Tie some extra ribbon to the stick to hang it up with. To add some extra bits of detail, I'm going to add some tassels, so simply make some out of some yarn or wool or some string and tie them together one end, snip the other end open, tie a little head on them and snip the bottom, and there we are, ready to use. And I think I'll make 3 of these ones. Neaten it up there, very cute. And so for the tag, which says Days Till Christmas, you can simply print this out and use it as it is, or as I did, I transferred, just as I did with the numbers, I took it to the window, I traced over Days Till Christmas in my Sharpie marker pen, and now I'm just going to simply cut that out and use that as my tag, and I've done a double layer there, so I've cut 2 out of that. And again, I'm going to take a little bit of ribbon as the tag end, and I'm simply going to do as we did before and stitch all the way around the tag, and then we can sew this on. You could also embroider the letters on, but I think this looks really quite lovely. And with all the little different numbers in there, they really will look beautiful. So now just decide where everything needs to go and just stitch it in place. So here it is. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I really hope that you have a go at making one too. I'm going to go away and make a few more of these little numbers to put in, to make them all different, and I can't wait to hang that up in time for Christmas. I'm absolutely thrilled with this little design. I think it's ever so cute and so functional. It will be absolutely wonderful to have up at Christmas. So there he is, my little penguin. What should we call him? I don't know, so maybe you can tell me in the comments below, what should we call him? So let's go and have a look at Studio 77's penguin. Oh, he's absolutely gorgeous. I love him, and I think I'm going to have a go at making him myself too. I've put a link in the description below, so please go and take a look and comment and let them know that Red Brockenbird sent you. I have another penguin craft coming out in the next few weeks, and that is a little penguin plushy bauble that you could hang on your tree. Please do subscribe to my channel too, and come back to see lots more creative craftiness. Bye for now.